sports of the TimesImageFrank Robinson during the 1960s, when Sports Illustrated wrote that pitchers figured the only way to deal with Robinson is to hit him before he hits you. CreditCreditFocus on sport. Getty ImagesSo. The mighty Frank Robinson is dead at 83. As a young kid, I was struck by the man, tall, strong, so coolly menacing at the plate, and the statistics and awards that underlined all that the eye took in, those 586 pre-steroidal home runs, and the only man who won the most valuable player award in both leagues. And there were all those times he was knocked down and dusted himself off and hit a home run on the next pitch. He practically sneered as he trotted around the bases. As Sports Illustrated wrote in the 1960s, pitchers figured the only way to deal with Robinson is to hit him before he hits you. He was also the first black manager in baseball. He was given a crappy team, of course, an old Buick station wagon of a Cleveland Indians squad. You thought white owners would give the first black manager the keys to a Mercedes. He played designated hitter on that team and at age 39 hit 9 home runs with a .508 slugging percentage in 118 at-bats. On opening day of that year, 1975, Robinson the player hit a home run for Robinson the manager. And as with all things African American and Major League Baseball, Robinson looms as a figure out of the Mesozoic age. Less than 8% of Major League players are African American, according to the Institute for Diversity and Ethics in Sport, down from a high of more than 18%. More damning still, there is but one manager who could be classified as African American. Dave Roberts of the Los Angeles Dodgers is of African American and Japanese descent. There are 4 Latino managers. There are 25 white managers. This is a deeply perplexing shortfall, and as it persists year after year after year like the winter and summer solstices, one can safely assume that something more than dumb chance accounts for this problem. You might look to the fact that those doing the hiring, owners and team presidents and general managers, are overwhelmingly white. Baseball men, and the vast majority are male, tend to twin talk of a dearth of minority managers with talk about trends toward analytics, as if that explains something. As Ivy League guys rule many front offices, it is said, they naturally seek managerial candidates fluent in OBP, WHIP, and so on, the arcana and language of analytics. Image Robinson, new manager of the Cleveland Indians, in March 1975, credit Robert Houston, Associated Press. This is silliness. Last fall, the Boston Red Sox played the Dodgers in the World Series. The manager of the Red Sox, Alex Cora, was Latino, and there was the aforementioned Roberts in the other dugout. They had bested a passel of white-managed teams on the way to that affair, not one of whom possessed an advanced mathematics degree from Caltech. I put the questions of baseball analytics to Joey Cora, brother of Alex and baseball coach for decades. He had interviewed several times for manager without making the final cut. Everyone in baseball understands the importance of statistics and analysis. We're saturated with that, he said. That's no secret anymore. You also need to know baseball and how to lead men and how to combine all of that. Why wouldn't we understand that? That was a good question last October and a good question still. Robinson managed in the pre-analytics era, and few who knew him doubted his necessities when it came to understanding the facets of that game. As the Cincinnati Reds scout George Powles told Sports Illustrated, I don't know what his IQ is, but his BQ, his baseball quotient, has always been genius. His will was indomitable. In 1965, the Reds traded him to the Baltimore Orioles, his general manager calling him an old 30. The next year, his first in the American League, he won the Triple Crown, hitting .316 with 49 home runs and 122 RBI. That May, he faced Luis Tiant, a brilliant fireball pitcher with the Indians and a man who didn't mind brushing back a hitter. Robinson hit a Tiant pitch 541 feet, making him the first and only man ever to hit a home run entirely out of Memorial Stadium in Baltimore. The Orioles planted a flag labeled, "Here," on the spot where the ball, still in the stratosphere, left the stadium. Baseball men tend to go on and on about their plans to attract great African American athletes back to baseball. They might note that their lamentations coexist with a large number of retired black baseball players who never got a chance to manage baseball teams. Bump your head against a ceiling long enough, and maybe you decide there are better things to do than develop a bruise. Perhaps best to start hiring black managers and planting a flag that says, "Here,